ओके ये बोल भाई हाँ
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. يا الله. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان. يا الله. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم محمد صلى الله على محمد وعلى محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. صلى الله على محمد وعلى محمد. Alhamdulillah, we are once again given the opportunity to talk about the message of Islam. Islam is a way of life. Okay. And at its heart, it revolves around the concept of Tawheed, the absolute oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This belief is deeply integrated into every aspect of a Muslim's life. Okay. Shaping his understanding of the world and his place within it. Okay. So every aspect of a Muslim's life, okay, has a link to Tawheed if he's a believer. Okay. And that link is what decides his mode of action, his concepts, his interactions with the realities of the world. Okay. For a true believer, there is not a single moment in his life, okay, that he is divorced from this concept of Tawheed. Okay. Our concept of Tawheed is that he is omnipotent, ever present, all powerful, okay, eternal, okay, and the one whose dictates are final and ultimate. Okay. This fundamental belief in Tawheed, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and let me tell you, the oneness is not numerical oneness, as someone would say, okay, the number one, okay, because numerical oneness may lead to 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay. Numbers are followed by numbers, and numbers are preceded by numbers. Okay, -1, -2, -3, whatever. So when we say Allah is one, okay, we are not talking about oneness in terms of numbers. Okay, we are talking about uniqueness, singularity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, that is in His own self. Okay, up and final. Okay, there's no one who can share that oneness. There's no one who can share that uniqueness, and hence there are no associates. Okay, and since he is completely unique, independent, okay, he does not depend on anyone for anything, okay, in terms of either creation or sustenance of what he creates, okay. So we come up to concept of a powerful creator, okay, who does not need anyone at all, at any time, at any place, for anything, okay, unique in his own self, okay. He, Bible says, Genesis, first chapter, Genesis, okay, let there be light, okay, that's what Bible says, isn't it, okay. And the commentators on the Bible have said that the sun, the moon, the stars were not present, nothing was present, okay, and he said, there was no other source of light, so as to say, and he said, let there be light, okay, let there be light, okay, and then the light was there, okay. Okay. The source of light is not there. Where the light has come from? Did he create the source first and the light came from the source, or was he himself the source of that light? Okay. And Quran says clearly, Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. Allah is the light, okay, of heaven and earth, okay. That light is unique, okay. And he says that the resemblance of that light, okay, if you look at the whole verse, okay, is described, okay, as a lamp, okay, that glows. It's not the easterly or westerly, okay, it's unique in itself, okay. Allah does not say that that lamp is the light. He says that the resemblance of light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay, is there, okay, in his creation. That lamp is his creation, okay. And look at the tradition of the Prophet ﷺ, and he says, أَوَّلَ مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ نُورٍ. The first thing that Allah created was my light. Can you put that together? Okay. The first creation before any existence, okay, was the light of the Prophet ﷺ himself, okay. And there is no other source from where that light has come, okay. Not at all, okay. So where does the light come from, okay? In Al-Hadith Al-Qudsi, okay, the Prophet has been told by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, خَلَقْتَكَ مِن نُورِي, I created you from my light. So now we know the source of that light. That source of that light is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself, okay? He is the source of that light, okay? Nothing is in existence, okay? Neither the earth nor the heavens, okay, nor the galaxies. And how expanded this world is of ours that we see is our world, okay. Then it's our solar system beyond our earth, okay. Then the galaxies, cluster of galaxies. How far? We don't know. Our estimate is that there are probably more than 200 billion galaxies. How many? 200 billion galaxies. And probably the correct number may be 1 trillion galaxies. How many? And he is the creator, okay. And he has created nothing as yet, okay. Nothing as yet, okay. And he says, let there be light, okay, okay. And that light emerges as the light of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, okay, our prophet, okay. He is the creator, no doubt about it, okay. Creator of everything, okay. There is nothing in nature that has not been created by him, okay. At the micro or macro level, doesn't make a difference, okay. It's he and he alone, okay. In Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قُلِ اللَّهُ خَالِقُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ الْوَاحِدُ الْقَهَّارُ. In Surah Ra'd, okay, verse number 16, and say, Allah is the creator of everything. He's the one and overwhelming. In Surah Zumar, verse number 62, Allah says, Allahu khaliqu kulli shay'in. Allah is the creator of everything. In Surah Mu'min, verse 62, Zalikullahu rabbukum, Zalikumullahu rabbukum. That is your Lord. Zalikum Allahu rabbukum. Khaliqu kulli shay'in. Creator of everything. La ilaha illa. There's no one except him. Okay. In Surah Anam, verse number 162, once again, similar wordings. Zalikum Allahu rabbukum. La ilaha illa huwa khaliqu kulli shay'in. Here la ilaha is used before khaliq and there after khaliq. Okay. That is your Lord. Okay. There is no one except him, no God except him. Okay. And there comes a word with after this, fa'budu, worship him. The worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is joined with the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every creation, okay, in its size, shape, form or existence worships Allah. Okay. In some case that worship is by choice for human beings. And in some shape that obedience is not without choice. You have to do it. You don't have any choice. Okay. The sun has to revolve, the earth has to revolve and rotate. The galaxies have to move in their paths, okay, without one crossing other, except when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants a black hole, okay, to eat up a dying star. Okay. Everything is destined and follows the pathway, okay, determined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. It's their act of worship. In the case of human beings, the act of worship is our choice. Fa'budu. So worship him. Okay? But in that worship, the choice is yours. Okay? Even though your organs are worshiping him too, they are obeying him. Okay? The blood keeps on pumping. Goes from one part of the heart to another. Okay? The eyes keep on seeing. The ears keep on hearing. Okay? Unless a disease takes over. Okay? The whole autonomic system in your body functions without your control. Okay? It's automatic. Okay? Okay? So there's an obedience in the case of human beings too. Okay? But that obedience is internal. For worship, the demand is external. Okay? Till a person reaches a stage where his internal and external are fused into one, okay, in terms of piety and spirituality, goodness and virtue. Okay. Zalikullahu rabbakum. He is your Lord, your creator. Okay. Khaliqu kulli shay. Okay. He is the one who has created everything. Okay. In Surah Hashr, verse number 24. Wallahu al-khaliqul bari'ul musawwir. Lahu al-asma'ul husna. He's the God, the creator, the bringer into existence, designer. Okay. Al-Bari is a word, okay, which has no distinct translation in English. Okay. We have translated as designer, for example, for Musawwir, okay, and bringer into existence, so Bari. Okay. But that does not do justice to the word. Okay. Why? Because a person who brings into existence something, okay, makes many efforts to do it. For example, you have a gadget. Okay. We don't know how many hours were put in before it came into, and it's being updated constantly, isn't it? Okay. Efforts are made. Okay. Allah is the creator without pre-designs, pre-efforts. Okay? Every creation is perfect at its inception. Okay? There are no blueprints to go by. Okay? There are no separate designs to check one over another. None, none, none. Okay? Kun fayakun. Okay? Okay? It comes into existence. Okay? Whatever he wills. Okay? Yeah. So, Allah al-Khaliq, he is the creator. Al-Bari. Okay? Translation that we have made, bring her into existence. But this is qualified by what I said. Okay? Al-Musawwir, designer. Once again, here also, Al-Musawwir is a designer. Okay? But that designer starts with perfection and ends with perfection. Okay? They are not test runs there. Okay? Many times, you have apps, okay? So that test runs for them, okay? Yeah? There is a feedback by those who are testing it, beta testing, whatever it is, okay? And then based on the comments of the testers, the design is improved, okay, till the final product is reached. In case of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is the musawwir, he's a designer, but he's the absolute designer, okay, who does not need any comments to improve, okay, change or alter his creation. His creation at inception is perfect, absolute, okay. And built in the creation is a system for sustenance and propagation. Whether it's a plant or a microorganism or a human being or an animal, doesn't make a difference. Wherever the creation is, built in the creation, whether it's unicellular, multicellular, okay, whether it's micro or macro, built in it is a system of sustenance, okay, how it's going to sustain itself, okay, and the system of propagation, okay. The life has to be propagated, isn't it? Okay. Built in is the system. Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is musawwir. But that musawwir is not our design. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. We fail, sometimes when we are translating to convey the exact meaning, and we have to explain those things in the terms of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. As a matter of fact, there is not a single word in any language that can completely describe what Allah is, okay, except what he has said for himself, of course, okay. Other than that, no one else, okay. And that's being said for us to understand, okay, the totality of creation, okay, of his being musawwir, of his being bari, or for that matter, all his attributes, okay. The totality of them is beyond our understanding. Okay. We can't fathom the depth, okay, of his creation. Okay. How can we define him? Okay. Except through what he has said and what his messengers have said. Okay. This oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is conveyed to us through his own representatives, the prophets, the individuals chosen by him to guide humanity to perfection through a path that's righteous, a path that leads to salvation, a path that is devoid of any turns anywhere. It's mustaqim. And that's why our prayers, Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. That straight path, without any turns, okay, without any roadblocks, okay. In Islam, these prophets are influent, living embodiment of moral and spiritual perfection. Okay? There are no flaws. Of course, when we look to history, we look at others who have described the prophets, we see the differences. And I'm not going to dwell on that. For those of you who are interested, I'll let you know later on. Okay? Because we are trying to present Islam as ordained by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah, okay, has vouched for the infallibility of His prophets. Okay. He talks about them greatly, and as we discuss the prophets, we'll see how greatly He talks about them. Okay? And how Quran expresses, okay, the glory of these individuals, okay, whose mission in life was to deliver the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nothing else. Okay? They did not care about their own lives, their own existence, their families, or anyone else. Okay? The mission is propagating Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's message. The message of Tawheed, primarily. Look at Abraham. His father has died at a very early age. He is raised by his uncle. Okay? Isn't it? And he argues with his uncle. He is a teenager, by the way. You know what was his age when he knocked down those idols? He was probably 14 years old. From inception in the life, a prophet is protected by divine, okay, so that he remains infallible. Okay? And why infallible? Because the message of perfection can come only through perfection, okay, and not through imperfections. Okay? So Allah, He's the creator, okay, He is the originator, He is the designer. Okay? That was Surah Hashr, verse number 24. In Surah Fatir, Ya ayyuhan nas uzkuru ni'matallahi alaykum hal min khaliqin ghayrullah. Okay. Oh man, remember the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to you, on you. And here is the challenge. Hal min khaliqin ghayrullah. Is there a creator beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That's a challenge. Okay? And Quran has mentioned this many times, and as we dwell on it, okay, that the Prophet ﷺ was asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Surah Luqman, verse number 25. وَإِنْ سَأَلْتَهُمْ, and if you ask them, Man khalaqa as-samawati wal ard, who created the heavens and the earth? La yaqulun Allah. They will say Allah did it. The kuffar of Makkah, okay, knew that the idols that they have put in the Kaaba are not the creators, because they have created them. Okay? Their answer was Allah has created them. Okay? Similarly in Surah Al-Kabut, verse number 61. وَلَئِنْ سَأَلْتَهُمْ مَنْ خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ وَسَخَّرَ الشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ لَيَقُولُنَّ اللَّهُ. Okay? If you ask them who created the heavens and the earth, and who controlled the sun and the moon, they will say Allah. Okay? Similarly, in the same surah, verse number 63, وَلَئِن سَأَلْتَهُمْ مَنْ نَزَّلَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً فَأَحْيَا بِهِ الْأَرْضَ بَعْدَ مَوْتِهَا لَيَقُولُنَّ اللَّهُ. And if you ask him, who pours down the rain from the skies, that gives life to the dead earth, okay? لَيَقُولُنَّ اللَّهُ. They will say Allah. At least at 8 places in Quran, these dialogues are repeated. Okay? So the issue in Quran, the part of Meccans was not Allah as a creator. Okay? The other attributes of Allah. Okay? Tawheed in many other forms was the one that was debated. And one of that primary was Allah as the lawgiver.
As what?
Lawgiver, the one who would give the law.
Oh,
Okay? Okay? At-tawheed fi taqannun. Okay? Wat-tawheed fi ibadah. Well, these are the aspects of tawheed that we'll likely touch. Okay? In our further discussion, probably next week. Right? So Allah is the creator. Okay? And that creation is being sustained by him, okay, providing it with all means necessary, okay, for a perfect life. Okay. In Surah Araf, verse number 54, Allah lahul khalq wal amr. Okay. For him is to create and ordain. So there is creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then there is ordain. Okay. Al khalq wal amr. Okay. These are two aspects that we may probably try to explain further. Okay. As we continue our first discussion. Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Furqan, verse number 2 says, وَخَلَقَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ فَقَدَّرُوهُ تَقْدِيرًا. Okay. He created everything and appointed for them the bounds. We come to the next stage. Okay. Not only the creation is his, but the limits set by him are also his. Okay. The sun has to follow the path. The moon has to follow the path. Okay. The galaxies follow the path. Okay. And yes, okay, in spite of human intelligence, maybe AI now, artificial intelligence, okay, there are limits to the life of human beings. Okay. There is a lifespan. Okay. And there is degeneration, okay, death, and eventually, okay, turning to dust. Okay. As we go through past civilizations and we see them, okay, and Quran tells us, siru fil ard. Okay. Quran does not stop you from visualizing things. Go ahead. Yeah. And see what happened to people before you. Oh, mashallah, they were stronger than you in some aspects. Okay. But the decay took over. Okay. Degeneration, okay, was there. And eventually they were turned into dirt. Okay. Parts of bones do remain. Okay. As an evidence of a life that was there. Okay. And it's from those bones and their DNA that resurrection would take place. Okay. They would be brought back to life, every single one of them, without exception, okay, to face the Lord. Okay. So the beginning is his, the end is his. Okay. And that's why we say, Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. From him we come, and to him we turn. Okay. In Surah Taha, Allah talks about what Moses said to Pharaoh. Okay. When Pharaoh said, "Who is your Lord?" And he replied, "Alladhi ata kulla shay'in khalqahu." Okay. He, my Lord, gave everything its existence, Khaliq, existence. Okay. Thumma hada, and then guided. Okay. Remember, Moses is there as a guide. Okay. In Surah Ala, verse number 3 and 4. الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى. Okay. He who creates and makes it complete, and then who makes according to measures, then guides. Once again, qaddara taqdeera. Okay. We have talked about earlier. Okay. That he makes limits. Okay. He makes measures. Okay. Okay. And within those limits and those measures, okay, the parameters are established by him. Okay. We sometimes talk about time and space, okay, as the parameters. Okay. Whereby we define things, but where does it come from? Okay. Once again, okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, He has fashioned, designed, proportioned, and perfected. A child at his birth, infant, okay, is perfect, okay, yet he cannot walk, he cannot talk, okay. Stage by stage, improvement by improvement, okay, is there, but everything is in the system already, okay. The hands don't come from anywhere else. The eyes don't come from anywhere else. The tongue does not come from anywhere else, okay. The legs don't come from anywhere else. It's built in, okay. So every organism at its inception contains the code for its existence and sustenance, durability and perfection, okay. That's my Lord, okay. Khaliq, Al-Bari, okay. And hence a person looks at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with awe, okay. And the Quran says it clearly, okay. Ya ayyuhan nas antum al-fuqara wallahu ghaniyyun hamid, okay. Oh man, you are the ones that need. You are the needful, okay. Dependent on Allah, okay. Wallahu Ghaniyyun Hamid. He is the all-sufficient, okay, the all-laudable, okay. So throughout this message of Islam that we'll try to convey in these lectures, we'll look at Islam in terms of Tawheed, okay, and our relationship to Tawheed, okay, as preached and practiced by the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and particularly our Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. So throughout this presentation, okay, we'll explore these concepts in depth, okay, focusing on how they manifest themselves, okay, in the practical life of the prophets, okay, and particularly our prophet, okay, these divine messengers who received the divine message, okay, and how they lived their lives. Okay. Before I end, the distinctive highlight of the followers of Ahl-Bayt is that we look at the Prophet ﷺ as the ultimate, as the final guide, okay? And a person whose pronouncements are binding for all times to come, okay? And that with him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has perfected his message. So we don't need any more prophets. Yet, the divinely appointed imams through him, okay, and on his will, okay, are the carriers of his message further, okay, in terms of explanations, in terms of understanding, in terms of delivery, okay. Before I conclude today, the last, okay. So our journey aims to provide that comprehensive understanding of these critical aspects of Islam. Okay? The diversity within the Ummah would also be discussed, no doubt about it, because there are other viewpoints, okay? And we don't have a disdain for anyone, okay? But we distinctly follow what our Prophet ﷺ has said and what has been interpreted by the Imams as the true teaching of our Prophet. Yeah. Of course, the global Muslim community, okay, what it faces, and the richness that the traditions of Ahl Bayt provide to the global Muslim community. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Any question? Okay. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Ya Allah.